All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Giants. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, set. 18, Gator.
50, huh? Wild Bill, Wild Bill.
Snap. We ain't giving up nothing today.
And be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
That's it, baby. That's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Let's go.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
In your face.
Get it. We ain't giving up nothing today.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
They've got their playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved.
Ready to
you
break.
mentioned that to me pregame.
Hey, Delta.
That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Check. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
I'm coming. He finds Coleman. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Opening drive fumble and the 4 miscues that they had last week. 4 turnovers, Charles. So this is a bad trend.
And, Brandon, you and I both know that they didn't just ignore what happened last week. They focused on it, tried to get better. And when it happens here again in this game, the head coach is going to see that as a direct reflection of his message to the team, and it's not sinking in.
The first carry, Benny Snell. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Baby!
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Better bring it. You better bring it.
NC State man, it's Jalen Samuels. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Miller. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got some turnovers. Appreciate it. They want to continue their course.
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Going the other way.
Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you're giving up points now.
Ready!
So you have to learn from those and then
now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20.
There we go.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Let's go now.
They can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got a 1st and 10 now out past the 20.
Five.
First carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman.
You ain't doing nothing today.
They get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now we've got a giant player here, slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
I got him. Hey,
Let's go.
Mike's 50. Tackles.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman. That'll bring up 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw. And
you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? How good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork,
ready?
That led to the incompletion.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Let's go.
To throw again, Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Get ready.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 32-yard line.
Ready? 8,
Operating
read.
out of Steeler territory now. Here's first
Hey,
and
here we
10
go. Watch
at
the
the
pass.
32. The toss out to Barkley.
Go, Chad!
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the
On the ready.
37-yard line.
Recon,
A
132
5-yard
fighter.
loss
Hey,
that time.
zoom.
It's going to make second down pretty tough.
Hit it.
On second and 15 now. Jones. That's complete to Slayton. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, his second touchdown of the season. And his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fans don't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, possession, what are we going to do, and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves, despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down.
Check, 47. Pick me up. Here we go. Check 3. Shut up. He's checking.
First down.
Watch the twist.
He's going to be
Watch
met
the twist.
at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Set, ready.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Orbit. 47, Mike. Same on. Mike, 47. Rip right. 6 guys.
From the gun. Milner. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Looking to throw. Milner. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short.
I'm here all day. Hot 29. Mike 29.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you up.
Way back at the 42-yard line. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Down. 90 Wolf.
Come on, D.
Cut up.
A first down carry for Barkley.
Run! I'm all over you.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at
That's
the 36.
it, baby.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Out, 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 out.
Yo, go, go. Beat them.
Now Saquon Barkley.
I'm all over you.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line.
Yeah,
That's
baby.
a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative
Ready?
yardage.
50's the
First
mic.
down
Hey,
marker at the
high
31.
7.
It's 3rd down.
3 down.
3 down, 3 down.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Bring it. Mike 50. Mike.
Now.
Let's go.
Jones. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take it. I make a little joke and say, you know something? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that one.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Let it go. Operating from the gun. Milner. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver or tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down.
Kill. Please. Switch gears.
From the gun, Milner. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he
Let's go,
slips up
baby.
past
Let's
the
go.
45 before being tackled. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Here we go. The mic. Hit the flag. It's the mic. I got one. Tighten up. Take off.
They'll run it first down. Snell, and he is met quickly in the backfield.
That's it, baby.
Down he goes,
That's
folded
it.
like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready. The mic. Mike 29. All right. Ready, weapon. Let's go. Hey, let's get it.
2nd down at Snell. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
He wasn't ready. He
I think
wasn't
they're a
ready.
little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
49. Check 49.
On 3rd down, Milner. Looking for his running back, and he's got it.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware of ball may come your way.
And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th.
59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. 59. Go. Better be afraid of me. You better be afraid.
On 4th down. Milner going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Giants are going to get the football back.
Ready.
The Giants offense at the
Here we are,
line,
61,
ready to begin their
match
next
box,
drive.
right.
And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think
Get
back
it.
to the because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we?
I'm going to hit you
prepared for this. And he
baby.
talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Set. 10 Lobo.
I'm coming. I'm coming. Check 26. Check 26.
On second down, Jones complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And he is brought down,
Let's
but
go,
not before
boys, let's
reaching
go.
the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Set. Ready.
So
60
first and 10
outlaw.
now from the 30.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. 3 down. 3 down.
Ready.
They'll run with Allen. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments, right?
Hey, we
Figure
got time
out what
right,
they
time
are.
right.
Figure out the things that
Hey,
they really
we got 3
want to
down.
do.
Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
Nurture the better blockers.
Go,
Those guys
go,
to get in that
run.
direction.
And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 22.
Yeah.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go. 70. Indy.
They're scared.
Let's go.
Jones now on 3rd and 2. Ingram hauls it in. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a great return here gets us one all the way down to the 26-yard line. So the turnover forced and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover.
On first down, Snell. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Echo. It's the run. It's soft, baby. That's baby soft. 47.
Operating from the gun. Milner. He's going to go up top. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you.
Ready.
You got to see how you're going to
60
react.
or.
To see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
They go.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Okay,
They'll
break.
come up
Let's go,
2nd and
Mike
6
50,
now
Mike
from the
50.
24.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Rush in. Rush in.
Shoot.
2nd and 6. The
You ain't doing nothing
Allison with
today.
it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football, and that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Come on,
Jones now
10-2
hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. On the run, it's Barkley. He's got the first down inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Let's go.
Operating out of Steeler
Gator.
territory now. Here's first and
Topper,
10.
Topper.
Down at the 31.
Check, check, check.
A gain of 3, second down.
That's it, baby.
What's the old
That's
expression,
it.
3 yards
That's
in a
it.
cloud of
Big
dust?
hit.
In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Ready,
The
set.
last run got
Hey, we
3.
got
Now
Mike
here's
50,
second and 7.
Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together.
Big River, Big River.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. That one caught by Ellison. And he is out
Let's
of
go,
bounds right around the 10-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Here we go, here
Jones
we go.
now 9 of
15
11
line,
passing in this
15 line.
first half. He's got his guys a first and 10.
Now.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets
You
it
don't
down
want
to
no
the 8.
problem.
Give
You don't
him a
want no
couple
problem
on the
from me.
carry there. Second and 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Let's go
The
now.
last run got a
18 Gator.
couple. Here's
I
second and
got you,
8.
punk. Double tight, double tight. Hey, boys, we got 4 down. Watch the safety creep.
Get it.
Here's Allen. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the
Easy
9.
work. It's easy work,
That
and it's
backs
coming
him
again.
up 1 yard and brings up third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Two minutes on the clock, second quarter,
That's where you
7-0 ball
belong.
game.
Ready up.
We'll remind you that
55.
coming up at
Check
halftime,
55.
we'll join
Mike.
Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from
Huh.
the early games going on here. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Stephon
You better
Tuitt
be
able
ready
to
next
shake
time.
free and get home for the sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
So on fourth down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrick Rosas. From the left hash, this from 34. And it bangs off the right upright, no
Let's go,
good.
baby.
And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Let's go now.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
Check.
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field.
You can't block me.
Maybe hit them on
You
those
can't
short
block me.
passes on the
You can't
perimeter.
block me.
Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Watch out. Deuce.
From the gun, Milner, open man to man. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Watch this. 29 is the
Come baby. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
On the
The
set.
Giants offense at the line,
I'm
ready
gonna
to
break
begin
three.
their next drive.
218,
A new
chopper.
life now following the late
Under 10,
turnover.
under
Maybe a
10,
chance for
10.
better
Ready?
break.
Yeah, really nice situation to find themselves in because it really may be one complete shot, and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board. But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a
60
big window.
Pittsburgh.
They're lucky they did get him down. Jones now at 200
Fire.
yards already in this first half, and he's not done yet. 1st and 10.
I got the key to this one.
Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
Ready?
They only got a
30
yard
base.
out of that last completion,
Watch the
and that
run.
makes this 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
2nd and 9 now. They'll set up the screen to Butler. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup.
Yeah, baby.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, let's go. I'm talking now, what?
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. Rosa's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for the next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the score.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly if they had something going. They just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score from being right back.
The question is, can this offense step up? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game.
Down.
Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
They don't want it.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Keep playing
And we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
I got you. I got you.
Another try for Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown.
Keep doing you, boy.
Saquon Barkley, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Rosas to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. A first thrown out to the backup Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in by James Washington. The ball comes out, and the Giants have it. It's picked up.
That's
see now, Charles, that's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. and all of them started with ball security in some form or
Here
another.
we go.
Understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games.
Let's go.
They can't believe what they're seeing right now. All this time taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
And they're going to get him behind the line
That's
yet
what I'm
again
talking about.
as
Nice
his
hit,
nightmare
boy.
afternoon continues.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 42-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Big. Watch the flood. Motion.
On 2nd down, Samuels. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Switch.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo
Yeah,
and
baby.
establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there.
Hey,
It wasn't a
Dad,
big
Black
run
20.
given up. They don't always have to absorb the
Watch
body
the curl,
blows. Sometimes they
watch the
dish them
curl.
out themselves.
Check.
Alert. Here we go.
Trying to run forward snap. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after them now.
Watch the ship.
Down with Roethlisberger. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position.
Set up. 50. Plant.
50 the mic. 50 the mic.
So don't say nothing.
Hit it.
Get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On the
From the
double.
34 now, here's first
Mike's
and
50.
10.
Mike's 50. Who that?
Look at me. Zipper.
Roy.
Cut out.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Come on.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Got it.
Mike 50. Okay, double up.
Big rip.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage,
You
and
got
that's it.
You got it.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Set.
They
Ready.
need to get this
10
to the
Lobo.
24
80
on
weapon.
3rd down.
Hey, Charlie.
Thing is a loss. We taking wins home.
Check that.
Looking to throw. Jones. And that will be incomplete.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. There, the defense won the battle. And he missed it. It's no good. And
Here
this
we go.
score will
Here we
stay
go.
right where it is.
Here we go.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel
All right,
very
now.
confident
Black 80.
about this kick, but
Here we go.
let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by this.
Roethlisberger will throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Call it a
I know you
full 3
feel that.
yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Set. Black
The
80.
loss of 3 on that first
Check,
down
check,
pass
47.
play. Now 2nd and 13.
Black. What's that?
Now Roethlisberger to throw. And this is incomplete. James Washington was the intended target. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame,
Black 20.
you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Now Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? The secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense, great communication,
Let's go,
no matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run it back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying,
ready.
Call this game
70,
like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested
Come on,
all the
set.
way.
60
It would have been
yards.
a great play if he'd been able
Bravo.
to hold that one in.
We got to step it up.
So line of
Mike,
scrimmage.
ready.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
You ain't going nowhere.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah,
Being
baby.
able to play zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's
Let's go.
hands.
10-2
Guess
stop.
what? Creates
Hey,
a lot
Alpha.
of confusion, kind of
Gonna be
a
a long
muddle
day,
in the middle of the field
It's gonna
where you
be
go
a
make a
long
play
day.
on the football.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot. Mike's 50.
Hey, Haywood.
Coming. Mike's 50, Mike.
5.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
3rd down. It's caught. Shepard. And he takes this one down almost all the way to
Good
the
work,
30.
boys. Let's go.
A big
Let's
gain
go.
of 31 on 3rd down.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there.
Ready,
So
break.
the big play changes the complexion
Here
of
we go.
things. Here's 1st
Two
and
times,
10
two
just
times.
outside the 30.
No. 3 down.
Go. Let's go.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
You ain't going nowhere.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Okay, ready?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
We got double tight. Double tight. 3 down.
Let's go.
Back to throw. Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Come on,
and
baby.
they're going to have
Let's
themselves
go.
another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations.
Here we go.
But a guy of
18
his
Gator.
size
Keep it up, guys.
can't really hide him. But the tight end
Tight
drag
dog, tight
route,
dog.
6'6",
definitely an
pull it
effective
high.
way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Shoot.
First down. Barkley. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
On the ready.
The Mike. 50's the Mike.
Think you gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this?
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse And I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go now.
Giants on 3rd down.
Lonnie.
They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8.
Check curls, check curls.
Check your hot read.
Right up.
Looking to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact caught the ball free, and it's 4th down. Aldrich Rosas now to try the Giants field goal.
For the field goal, a 27-yard attempt.
And the kick by Rosas is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have anything on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
But at this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Ready?
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
44.
29.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was going for the tight end, Nick Vanette. 3rd down here. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, a pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 33.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you
Here we
get
go.
the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got to go to the full.
Not only does he catch it, he picks up additional yardage after it.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
We play to win.
A gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Set! Block 80!
Mike 5-5.
Jack 16.
You ain't got nothing.
Block, what's that?
Red zone now. Here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Johnson was the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass here now. And 10. Snap on the shotgun handoff. And again, he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10.
7 tight. 3 down, 3 down. Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
Double bump.
Defense.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of
All right,
sync
now,
quarterback to wide receiver on this side
Set
of
the
the football.
tone, defense.
They haven't been on
Set
the
the
same
tone,
page.
defense. Let's go.
Receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you...
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Butt stop.
James Washington, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still tied in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not getting touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your team there playing keep away. First downs, they can't touch the ball.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ready?
The big play to start him
Pittsburgh.
out. Has him at the
Protein
45
spill.
already.
Come on, QB, come on. Kill, kill, kill.
Snap.
And I think this defense knew what was coming. He is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Down. 30 base. Golf, golf.
Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, no, look, we got Mike 50. Mike 50, huh? Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Here we go. 50, 50. Mike 50.
Get it.
Down on second and 13. Jones. He's got Buck Allen. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play. And they're going to face a third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Here we go.
The Giants
Set.
on third
8,
down.
read.
It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Barkley, toss play left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Get ready.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Ready?
Mike, 26, Mike. Here we go, D. Double tight, double tight. Hey, hey, hey.
Blue draw corkers.
3 down. No, no, no. Off.
Ready, ready.
On first down.
You ain't doing nothing
It's
today.
Allen. And his rough afternoon continues.
That's
He's
it,
going
baby.
nowhere again. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come out second down.
Check nickel.
Pilot, 64, weak. 5.
Now Jones.
You ain't doing nothing today.
He's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Bud Dupree in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. The Giants on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 19. He went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Aldrich Rosas now to try the Giants field goal. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. But it'll be 2nd down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Quarter.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try to keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position.
Here we go. 10 Lobo.
Double tight.
We got go.
We got 3.
You ain't doing nothing today.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Exit.
Kill.
On 2nd down, Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin Bush, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Let's get this.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Sack.
Come on,
So it's
set.
Giants football
70,
here as we
Indy.
welcome you back. And
Mike
let's see
is
what
a
they've
50.
come up
Check
with
Mike 50.
offensively
Hey, box
after
drop,
having
box
time
drop.
to talk it over.
Field, D. Let's get off the field.
Jones on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now the Pro Bowl kicker, Aldrich Rosas. Last year, he hit one from 57. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now, Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team. But the guy with the golden foot,
Hey, alert,
he knows he's always good good as his last kick.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 40. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
That's how the defense score points.
Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but there's no reason to use them at this point.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strings.
Going up top. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than he was for the second week in a row? He's throwing it to the guys in the wrong for sure.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Definitely desperation time. It's just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage, that would be a big play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 3rd down.
Here we go. 180.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Okay, partner, hyperbole a little bit, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. They've been a man, zone. They've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it. They've been solid all game long. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants' side of the field. So with a big gainer anyways, he'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right? If they somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down to the spot.
A run for Snell, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Watch the screen.
The throw here, Roethlisberger. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Amara Darbo, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Incomplete.
Hey, alert.
During Philly's time, that's one where he's just going to shake his head and be able to believe it. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marcus Golden. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 30, 20, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Giants.
Score. Touchdown, baby. Hey.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Roses now to add the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for the next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. They try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week.
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on. Get it done. And maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, wahoo!
Now Roethlisberger. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Julian Love picks it.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game.
Recon, 132 fighter. Deep grip, deep grip.
It's always the final.
Now Barkley stripped of the football. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in